who put together that particular opening video. The clarity and determination of realizing that vision was absolutely extraordinary to me. It's one of my all-time favorite speeches, and it's been a source of inspiration to me for a very long time. Now, to set the stage for this conference, I need to go back in time, actually 60 million years. 60 million years ago, a massive asteroid impacted the Earth and wiped out the dinosaurs that had dominated this planet for millions of years. They were large, they were slow, they were lumbering, and when that asteroid hit the Earth and changed the environment, they could not adapt fast enough. But what did survive? What did eventually dominate the Earth were the furry little mammals, you and me. Why? Because we could adapt fast enough as the world conditions were changing, and the dinosaurs could not. We became the dominant species. And you see today, the equivalent to that asteroid is happening right now. And it's called exponential technologies. Technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, synthetic biology, digital medicine, 3D printing. How many of you have heard of 3D printing? They're changing every aspect of the working world, every aspect of our lives. And the large corporations, the ones with quarterly returns, with hundreds of thousands of employees, they're not going to be able to change fast enough, as this technology literally causes massive disruption and disruptive stress. A technological tsunami, if you will. And it's up to the entrepreneurs to take advantage of this technology and reinvent industries and businesses. And this is why I believe this conference this year is the most important conference we've ever done. That speech in 1962 began with, "We meet in an hour of change and challenge, in a decade of hope and fear, in an age of both knowledge and ignorance." Well, we meet here in Orlando certainly in an hour of change and extreme challenge. And the challenge is not unique to just our industry, although it may feel as though it is. The new technologies are just beginning to enter the marketplace. And as they become more mainstream in the next couple of years, they're going to cause massive disruptive stress to many industries that some are predicted may put as many as 40% of today's Fortune 500 companies out of business in 10 years. Again, the game is changing a lot for a lot of companies and industries. And you know, I'm someone who absolutely loves the future. I'm excited about it every day. I'm always on the lookout for what's happening, what's coming out. And the notion that people are fearful, really, I think comes from only one place, and that is not understanding. If you understand where the future is going, if you can understand how you can surf on top of a tsunami versus being crushed by it, where you can project where it's going to be able to read this exponential roadmap, then it's not about fear. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm getting these amazing tools. I'm getting this incredible capability. How am I going to use it? And that's our goal. Really, that's our goal for this conference. I believe that we cannot afford to be goaded into long, protracted campaigns about perceived injustices. Because while we are distracted on what I hope you will realize are petty issues in the grand scheme of things, our competition right now is getting further in front of us, positioning themselves for the long-term success in this new frontier. Embracing technology and change is going to create enormous opportunities for small businesses whose strategic advantage is their ability to adapt and change quickly. Play big. The speed and scope of the technological innovations can bridge the gap created by large companies with massive resources and us, small business owners. Let me give you some examples. Many of the big chains have mini clinics right in their stores already. How many of you have them? How many of you have a little clinic? How many of you would want one? Show of hands.
Not sure.
How many, just imagine having a doctor in your office in a small cubicle off to the side in your store seeing patients. It's possible right now. All you need is a smartphone or a tablet to be up and running. Doctor on Demand is an app that will identify where you are located and connect you with a doctor licensed in your state who will see you right away via video. Right now, they're just handling minor ailments, but they can prescribe. They're not going to prescribe controls, and the cost of seeing a doctor for 15 minutes is $40. They don't take insurance right now. It's all new. But I wouldn't be surprised if insurance companies saw this as an opportunity to reduce costs. I mean, these are just the wild, wild west days of this new frontier. Let me introduce you to Dana. Dana, there she is, waving to you in the booth. She is part of Samantha's marketing team and is managing the AV booth for us. This watch that I'm wearing enables her to text me messages while I'm here on stage. In case I get too far off track or forget that we need to go to a break soon. And just as many of you already have sensors in your cars that tell you if you're getting too close to an object in the front or in the back, or even a blind spot of your vehicle, this watch has sensors that can monitor my heart rate or keep track of fitness regimens that I want to set up. It can be loaded with a GPS tracker app and know which golf course I'm on, which hole I'm on, and tell me how far away from the green I am. Just can't tell me how to swing. It's connected via Bluetooth to my smartphone. And in the not too distant future, it'll transmit my health information to my doctors or pharmacists who will know if my medication is effective and if I'm being compliant. In the next 5 years, it'll be commonplace that these types of monitoring sensors will be woven into the fabric of everyday clothing. It will know how many calories you've burned, which nutrients were depleted, and it'll be able to transmit that information to a 3D printer at home that will print out an exact replenishment meal specific for me. I know, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? You should know that these 3D printers have already successfully reproduced leather, reproduced beef, and as Ray Kurzweil said on this stage, they're working on reproducing human organs. In the next few years, if you need a plumber's wrench or a screwdriver, you're going to be able to go online, download a file, and print out the tool that you need. I mean, what's that going to mean to Sears and the Craftsman line 10 years from now? Talk about a game changer. Wow. NASA is looking to put a 3D printer up in the space station so they can print replacement parts as they need them and save the cost of having to send up parts. The FAA has already banned 3D guns because they're made of materials like plastic that are hard to detect, and these reprinted guns really do fire.